Hey, everybody, it's Fernando from the Rollback Podcast, and it is Saturday. You know what day it is. We are reviewing the new Marvel movie, The Eternals. I am here with Eddie and Chema, the ever loving Rollback employee.
I'm the
That, that
owner. I'm the
that's
owner, by the
exactly
way.
what it says on my presentation card. That's exactly what it says.
I'm the
Happy
president
rollback
and
employee.
owner of the rollback. The disrespect from my talent. God.
Hey, Jesus. And yet you're allowing your employee to game while in the middle of a review. Okay, so Eternals 2021, directed by Chloe Zhao. In the beginning, the Eternals are a team of ancient aliens who have been living on Earth in secret for thousands of years. When an unexpected tragedy forces them out of the shadows, they are forced to reunite against mankind's most ancient enemy, the Deviants. So
Oh,
we
I thought we were
have
going to go racial there for a second. Thank God we didn't.
No, we'll get there. So this is the Eternals. It's supposed to be one of the weirdest, strangest, most different MCU movies that we've ever had. And
Very
that
different.
can be used to describe this movie in a good or in a negative way. The
Different in
critics
many
are
aspects.
definitely, the critics are leaning one way, the audience is leaning kind of a similar way. I'm guessing we're gonna all have different opinions on this one. So I think you two are going to agree more than me. So I'm gonna start if you don't mind.
Go for it.
I fucking love this movie. I thought Eternals was different in the good way. I thought it brought. I thought it didn't affect the larger branch of the MCU in a negative way. Like it didn't come here to retcon or ruin anything. So because of that, I can see it as its own thing. Does it ask a few questions that maybe are a little bit lost or kind of loses itself on its style a little bit? I've been a fan, yes, but I think it does it for the better. I'm a big fan of director Chloe Zhao. I really like Nomadland, and I really like the cowboy movie that she did, and I really liked. I've been really a fan of her style. So when they said she's going to do a Marvel movie and that she was pretty much given free reign, I thought, okay, this could either end up like Wonder Woman 1984, or it could end up really amazing. I thought it landed somewhere in the middle. I'm not gonna lie and tell you that it's not dull or dense, because it is both things. But I think there's something kind of very classic and heroic about this movie, and it's on the asking of the question, what makes a hero? That I thought I really like. I really like how gigantic the movie felt. I liked all the actors in it, and just I think the look of the movie, and there are a few scenes that I swear I am never gonna forget. And because of that, I still like it. I think I agree with a lot of what the critics are saying and a lot of what the audience are saying, that they found it kind of slow, that the pacing's a little weird. But I think that works towards its benefits. So I liked it.
Well,
Yeah,
Kema,
go ahead.
to answer your question, what makes a hero? It's someone
Yeah,
that's got to be strong, got to be
yeah.
fast, and they got to be fresh from the fight.
Shrek?
Shrek 2.
How
Is,
dare you?
is Shrek is Shrek
It's
is Shrek the hero?
Footloose.
Wait, was that song actually in Footloose too?
Yeah,
Yes.
yes.
I've
I
never
think it
seen
was
Footloose.
made for Footloose.
It was in Footloose first.
I've never
I
seen
think it was
Footloose.
made. I may be wrong, but I think it was made for Footloose. Like I think it was made for that movie. So, but no, your answer is correct. Yes, that is what makes a hero. Um, that's my overall thought on the movie. But like we can go into details and anything. What did y'all think? What's your like general thought?
Um, I'll go second. For
All right.
someone that I really didn't have any expectations for this movie because I had no fucking clue who the Eternals are. Um, I actually enjoyed it. I remember when they announced the cast, I was just like, well, this is an even stranger casting choice than Guardians of the Galaxy, in my opinion.
Mhm.
Um, but I actually was pleasantly surprised on how good this cast worked together. Kumail especially. I was a little hesitant on his character because he's very funny. So I was wondering how he was gonna mesh into this movie. Um, Salma Hayek was another one where I was just like, how is she gonna mesh into this movie? Pretty much everyone on the cast, I was just like, how the fuck are any of these people gonna mesh? But overall, I thought this movie was really well done. Is this movie is very odd in the sense that I felt like they really pulled out all the stops and trying to make this a very notable movie. Oscar winning director, leading the helm, um, A-list cast. But overall, I liked it. I didn't really have any problems with the pacings. I think the only thing that I probably had a problem with was just uh I don't know, some of the choices in villain. I think they could have done a little bit better in that aspect, but overall I like the movie. I'll give it a solid B plus as a starting point, especially for I'd say a group of superheroes that the general public have no fucking clue who they are.
All right, cool. Eddie?
I'll start off with this. The trailers did not do this movie justice at all. Like, I like this movie a lot more than the trailers would have led me to believe.
Yeah,
Um,
I think that's a fair point too.
I think this movie, Chema, I mentioned Dune, and I said, man, that movie felt like it was a chore to watch. That
Yeah.
if we didn't have this podcast, I would not have seen that movie. I was geared up for that same attitude with the Eternals. Yeah, no, mate, I was wrong. I was dead ass wrong, and I don't mind saying it. Um,
Jesus.
yeah,
Eddie, don't
no.
say dead ass. You're 28 years old.
Is that a term only young people use? Only the youth
Yes.
use? I'm 27. I can still use young terms.
I'll be
Uh,
honest. I don't care if you're 28 or 22. Saying dead ass is stupid.
Is it really?
I don't like it.
It's
I'm not a fan.
it's a dumbass phrase.
Fine.
and I
I
say
was-
I say my fair share of like cringy shit, but I don't say dead ass.
Fine. Let me use this term. I was completely incorrect. Is that fair?
You're a
benefit,
movie
fuckers?
critic, Eddie. Act like it.
Fuck you. Oh, what's called? Okay, so no, I was completely wrong about this movie. I did not think I was gonna like it, but I was wrong. My expectations were low, but that doesn't mean that this movie was just okay. It was actually good. I like the story, plot, character driven. That's my big thing. If you have good characters, I will go with you halfway at least. And this movie had some good characters. Icarus in particular, I thought, man, like this is great. I didn't know this. I didn't know this about the team. So obviously you guys already know they're based off of myth, Gilgamesh. We've got fucking
Athena.
Athena, Xerxes, Icarus, obviously. Festus, well, Hephaestus technically, but yeah, like all these characters of myth, like just wow. I liked it. I like the story. I like the hard questions that they asked, essentially
What were the hard questions that they asked?
well, the old school thought experiment where if a train is barreling down a pair of tracks and there's 5 people on the tracks, and on another set of tracks there's one person. If you
So the
push
trolley
that button-
problem.
yeah, the trolley problem. Yeah, essentially it was a
Mm.
trolley problem on like a huge scale. If we stop this one Eternal, how many other planets are we stopping from birthing? Like, are we picking one over potentially hundreds of other worlds? It presented a good trolley problem that even I was like, oh fuck, they have a point. Like, Earth kind of sucks. Like, what if they make, two? Let's say that Eternal makes 1,000 planets and like 2 of them come out like Earth. I mean, technically they were right. They won.
Yeah. I think what this movie is trying to do is like, it's like this is the way that I decided to see this movie. I wanted to see this movie and only think about this movie, not in the MCU as a whole, not audience reaction, not critic reactions. I just wanted to see like, what does this movie offer? And what I see is a beautiful love letter to heroes as a whole. And it proves that no matter who you are, there is something like in you that you can relate to and connect to. And I like it. The movie feels, I don't like using this term, but it feels almost biblical. Like it's big, it's bombastic. Like it's got like I see shades of like Days of Heaven and The Revenant and a little bit of Man of Steel in there. but the cool thing is that these are really unpopular characters. Like nobody like who knows who Ajax is?
Yeah.
And then but then you put Salma Hayek at the front and it's like, okay, I care, you know? And I don't know, there's just something so like cool about this really large scale Marvel movie that really takes its time to build up. And I don't know, it's not one of those movies that like ends and I'm like, oh, immediately I need to see it again. But it is one of those things that is big and feels big. And I love when a movie makes me feel its weight, like when I can really feel like where everything is. And at the very front, we have like this great team with great chemistry. And these are all great characters. I want to keep seeing them. I want to keep seeing them pop up. And it looks like we're going to keep seeing them. So, yeah, go ahead, Eddie.
I was gonna say, I'm the DC fanboy, but Fernie knows way more about Marvel than I do. Fernie, would you say is the Eternals like more obscure than the Guardians of the Galaxy? I think they are, but am I wrong? Am I right? Or do you guys know?
I'd say they're pretty much on the same level. Eternals is kind of a Marvel deep cut. Unless you're very into Marvel comics, chances are you're not really reading Eternals comics.
I did sat down and read there was a run of Eternals that Neil Gaiman wrote. Big fan of that. I think it took a little bit of inspiration to make this movie from that. So if anyone wants to read up on Eternals, check out the Neil Gaiman run. It's pretty good. And but yeah, I like this movie. There's like there's just like Ferny, you mentioned the villain and the deviant that is slowly like becoming more human every time that he absorbs the powers of an Eternal. You know, do you all know who voiced him?
Bill Skarsgård.
That's Pennywise. Jesus.
Yeah.
Like and it was fucking like it was cool because he was in the zone. Like he wasn't doing like the Pennywise voice, but he was still kind of terrifying in how kind of numb his voice was. I really like that.
Oh no, yeah, he's a really good voice actor.
Yeah, he should do more of that. And also I wanted to mention the fucking something that I think we mentioned when we were doing our top 10 was that I mentioned that something that I really like about Guardians of the Galaxy 2 is that when they killed Yondu, when they kept him dead, like, hey, that rarely happens in a Marvel movie. A couple of these guys die. And like you feel the weight.
Ajax,
Yeah.
Gilgamesh.
Ajax dies. Gilgamesh dies.
Talk about the fucking plot twist and Icarus being a bad guy.
I actually wasn't that surprised. He reminded. Yeah, no, he reminded.
Why? Because you don't trust Scott, Eddie, huh?
No, I don't trust. I don't trust any characters in Marvel anymore.
He reminded me of. By the end, he reminded me a little bit of Homelander. Like,
yeah,
makes sense.
Chaotic. Yeah.
Except without the weird mom fetish.
Did he kind of, I don't know, man. I don't know. He did kill his mother, kind of, sort of, his leader, kind of, sort of. But no, like, I was not shocked at Icarus at all. I remember right when he turned evil, I was just like, this reminds me of that bad guy from Frozen, the twist villain. Like, they're pulling that shit now here.
Hans?
Yeah, he reminded me a bit of Hans, actually.
Well, did you think he was going to do that fucked up way of killing Ajax, of pushing her into the wolves' den? I
thought he was going to kill her himself, honestly.
That was metal as fuck, by the way.
When he pushed her into the den to die. I knew he was too good of a soldier. The fact that he wasn't with Xerxes for like, 500 years or whatever, the fact that they broke up due to a difference, I'm like, this motherfucker's going to turn. Like, he has to. There's no way they're not going to do it. He's going to turn. He's going to be a bad guy. I just waited and I fucking waited and I waited. And up until the point where they left the Gilgamesh, was Hephaestus' house, you know.
Yeah.
I was like, when the fuck is this guy going to turn? Am I wrong? Sure, goddamn enough, I'm not.
Gilgamesh dying, man, I was like, man, that sucks. I actually like Gilgamesh.
What a waste of a character. I would love to see him.
I think it served its purpose. Like, yeah, I'm gonna miss some of them, but like, I didn't think their deaths were like they didn't carry any weight.
Oh no,
like,
I thought they did.
Yeah.
I mean, as far as this movie goes, what makes this movie unique is just the fact that they were willing to kill off the characters in this ensemble group that we have never even seen before.
And yet for some reason they like you do feel for them.
Yeah.
Like it would suck if like they introduce a character, they expect you to like him and then you just don't, and then he just dies. But no, like you wanted to see this guy succeed in protecting like Angelina Jolie. You kind of feel a little bit for Icarus by the end. Cause like, you know, I am not super powerful. I can't fly, but but I would also sacrifice, you know, the purpose of my life for Gamma-chan. Like I would also do that. You know, that makes sense. That feels in character. It was a little bit distracting that we had both Richard Madden and Kit Harington in this movie after they played kind of brothers in Game of Thrones, and the whole movie they were both like Cersei, 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 Cersei. Like it felt a little bit distracting.
Never seen Game of Thrones.
Jesus. Okay, the Game of Thrones fans are rolling in their chairs right now.
And you know what? I'm laughing right back at them. I didn't waste my time to watch a shitty series finale.
There's gonna be a prequel series. Hopefully that doesn't suck.
Jesus.
No, so in this movie, there were also a lot of firsts. I want to give a quick thing. There were two, well, I guess technically three if you want to count them. One first ever deaf superhero, actually. I want to bring attention to that. Maraki.
Which it should have been Hawkeye. Just throwing that out there.
I'm not saying you're incorrect. I'm saying Marakai. She's actually deaf. Like I didn't know that. I actually looked it up.
Hawkeye is not like
Eddie, were you
deaf,
mimicking
like
her deaf voice? What is the
know.
matter with you?
The fuck is wrong with you? But no, I looked it up, and yeah, no, she's actually deaf. So good for them on that.
Yeah, because God forbid they actually use an actor that isn't deaf, and then they get backlash for it.
I mean, if the role is there, give it to the right person. Fuck.
I'm just saying, it's the director's choice on who she feels is right for the cast. Do I think people take unnecessary pot shots at casting? Yes.
Also, I think, and I might be wrong when I say this, but I think I'm right. I think the first LGBT character that's not like just pure support, like he's actually plays a big role in the film.
Yeah. And you feel for him also. You feel for like it makes sense that he would want to like, he kind of fell out of love with humanity, and that he fell back in love with humanity. Like I thought that was cool. And I love Brian Tyree Henry. He's one of my favorite actors because I love Atlanta. And yeah.
Oh shit! You just reminded me of something. I actually love the scene where the atomic bomb went off in
Hiroshima.
Yeah, and Ajax goes to comfort him, and I'm just like, I like that history shit. Yeah. When they go back in time and talk about like significant events and how they were like influenced. Mm-hmm. I like that. I dig that. Also, wait, I just realized something. I think I just realized a plot hole. Thena is Thanos' sister. I'm a cousin, right?
Believe so.
But she was made by an Eternal.
Well, Eddie, a lot of the stuff in the comics and the MCU are not exactly cohesive.
No, but they said though that she's the cousin of Thanos, like in like the character summary in the press release and all that.
Maybe she's like a cousin, like twice removed, political, like from his mother's side.
And Thanos.
We'll talk about Thanos' family for the post-credit scene because that's a whole other can of worms. And
dude, I don't know, man. I didn't like. Fuck it, let's talk about it now. I didn't like
the what?
I didn't like Harry Styles.
Why? What's wrong with Harry Styles?
Because his wife fantasizes about him.
Oh my god.
No, that's Robert Pattinson.
Jesus Christ.
So
I might have to gotta keep it in this. So the point is just keeping it in DC. Like the point is that you keep it in DC. Yeah.
No, okay. So Star Fox. Like Harry Styles. Like I kind of feel like, and I know in the comics what it looks like. I've checked. I've seen it. I just kind of wish it was someone more almost. You know what? I'm gonna take it back. He's not meant to be intimidating. Star Fox is not meant to be intimidating.
He's meant to be a pretty boy.
Yeah. He's meant to be a Nick Jonas character.
The way I see it is like if he's played by like if he's gonna pop up again, not gonna lie, I kind of see this character as like Adam Warlock at the end of Guardians of the Galaxy 2. Like, sure, they're gonna tease him, but he's probably not gonna pop in for like another 6 years, unless they give him like a Disney Plus show. So like, it's like it was kind of funny to see Harry Styles at the end of an MCU movie. Like it was cute. Like
I mean, it was definitely out of nowhere.
Yeah. It would have been out of nowhere if I hadn't gotten spoiled from Twitter. So thank you, Twitter stans. You are the scum of the earth. I don't really have like a problem with that. I had like, I don't know. I don't really have problems with this movie. Like it's kind of weird and kind of strange, but I kind of like it.
Yeah, nothing that really stands out to me. Just, I mean, I guess maybe don't kill off the main deviant because it seemed like they were going somewhere with it. I thought they should have kept him alive. The vagueness of whether or not Icarus is still alive.
I think he's dead.
I think he's dead, but thing with Marvel is unless you see a body, he might still be alive.
And even then, Loki came back like what 3 times?
Well, to be fair, the new Loki is a multiverse Loki.
Yeah, he's really like he kind of doesn't count yet.
Yeah.
And the thing with Icarus is that I would agree with the body theory, except that how do you recover a body from like the scorching sun? Like that seems kind of, yeah.
True.
I don't know. It's like the only thing where I'm like, I think Icarus, if that's his death, it's a good death. It's a proper death. And I think it's fine.
What about the other end credit scene? The introduction of the Black Knight in Marvel, and not just the Black Knight. Whose voice did we hear in the background, ladies and gentlemen? The new Blade, Mahershala Ali.
Oh yeah, that was fucking cool. I immediately knew that it was him because like he has such a unique voice. So like the second that you hear him talk, I just went like, "Oh, that's yes, thank fucking God." That's gonna.
It seems like they're setting up for a dark. Like a Justice League Dark scenario in the Marvel universe, because I mean, I don't know what their new deal is with Sony, but if there's not a Morbius Blade crossover, that seems like it would be a waste.
I was about to ask you that. Like, do you think that they would do Morbius and Blade like in a fight or maybe like team?
Dude, as long as it prints money, I wouldn't be surprised if Sony and Marvel would make that deal.
Maybe you get Venom, but you also have to feature Morbius in one of your movies with Blade.
Nah, I wouldn't be surprised.
Me neither. I think I think that partnership is gonna. I think that partnership has legs, and I think it's gonna keep going because Sony is like they're doing the DC thing where like they're announcing like 1 billion movies and they don't even have an idea of what they're doing. Like they recently announced Kraven the Hunter, and I think that's stupid. Like you're blowing your load too early. And also, did you see who they cast as Kraven the Hunter?
Who?
Aaron Taylor Johnson.
Really?
The
like Quicksilver.
Like that makes like how are you gonna explain that? Like how? You know what? I don't fucking know.
I mean, I don't know. I feel like if they give him like the Venom touch, I wouldn't be against it. I know Venom wasn't exactly the way he's supposed to be in the comics, but I liked his presentation. I mean, I'll take another one.
Yeah. I don't know. I feel like Morbius is going on that same route. So we'll see how that lands. If it lands.
Back to the matter at hand. What'd you all think of the Black Knight introduction along with the little Blade teaser?
I loved it. Thought it was the right amount of tease. I like Kit Harington. I figured they wouldn't just cast him just to be the boyfriend. Like
he's too big of a name for them to be like, oh, he's just the boyfriend. Obviously.
Yeah. So it was cool. It was, I want to see where it goes. And Blade, I think people forget that Blade, like before X-Men and before Spider-Man, like Blade was like the big Marvel hit, like the first big Marvel hit. So the fact that it's gonna happen again, like it's insane. I can't wait to see how it's adapted into the MCU and how Mahershala like knocks it out of the park. So,
and it's also curious to see if they're gonna go with a rated R Blade, which
I wouldn't put it past them.
I think now, I mean, we haven't talked about it, but this is the first MCU movie where we see some plowing.
Yes. God damn it, Ferny. Yes.
We talked
Did
about
you want
this
me to use the F word? I'll use the F word.
Use the F word, Ferny. Use it.
This is the first time we see some fucking.
Ferny just took off.
Okay.
Chema just took off his goddamn headphones.
Jesus Christ. Okay.
But yeah, this is the
Alright.
first MCU movie, Disney movie, because people for some reason are like, it's a Disney movie that showed sex. There was a Disney movie called The Big Green where they used deportation as a tool to win a soccer game.
Didn't they? I have a question. Wait, didn't
Listen.
Disney? No, tell you first. You first.
No, you were talking already. Go ahead.
Isn't Pulp Fiction technically a Disney movie?
Yeah, because
It's-
Miramax was owned
it's
by
Miramax.
Disney at the time.
I mean,
So-
if I'm not mistaken, there's a sex scene in that movie too.
Are you
There's
saying
That's
that?
there's
consensual.
many scenes in that movie.
Are you saying that? Are you saying that Bruce Willis, Samuel L. Jackson, and John Travolta are Disney princesses? Is that what we're saying?
the Disney princes?
Are they in the canon? Like,
I would say. I mean, look, all I'm saying, Bruce Willis riding the motorcycle seems like a knight on a noble steed, if nothing else.
Jesus Christ.
So yes, I am saying that. Yes.
Jesus Christ. Yes, this movie has a scene where two characters are doing the do. They're doing the backwards salsa. They are doing yeah. So there is a love-making scene for our PG-13 rated listeners, and it was tasteful. I thought it
tasteful.
didn't felt out of place. Yeah.
Couple pumps, eye contact, pretty tasteful.
It didn't actually. It didn't feel anywhere near as raunchy as like other sex scenes that I've seen in movies that are PG-13. Like I feel like I've seen significantly worse, but in movies that never caught any shit. Granted, this is a Marvel film, but I mean it's also PG-13. Fucking leave the kids at home. Like it's in the goddamn rating.
Yeah. I don't know. I remember being like, I think I was like 13, and I went to see the movie Yes Man with Jim Carrey in the theaters. And I had no idea what it was like because I just grew up watching Jim Carrey. So I thought, hey, this will be funny. And then there's a scene where this neighbor who's a grandma asks him to come into his apartment and gives him the old yeah. And you can see like her taking off her like dentures and put them in a glass of water. And he just like, he has like the most amazing expression in his face. And I just remember thinking, I have no idea what's happening. And then I watched like 10 years later and I was like, oh,
Yeah.
nice. So yeah, nowhere near the most raunchiest sex scene I've ever seen in my life. That still goes to the Bronze. The Bronze has the greatest sex scene in the history of movies, courtesy of one Sebastian Stan. And I don't know. This like Ferny said, it was tasteful. It felt appropriate to like this. We're seeing the flashback of the characters.
It wasn't fucking. It was making love. It
They were
was
making love on a beach.
missionary, eye contact. Like that's all it was.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. You wanted art? That's art right there.
This is what you get when you bring like an Oscar-winning like foreign director. Also, like this is with an own style of her own. Like if she's gonna shoot a sex scene, she's gonna make it look dang pretty. I'll tell you that.
Well,
You know,
go for it.
the only cast member that was like I was curious if it was gonna work or not is the chick that plays the little girl.
Sprite.
Yes.
Yeah.
I was like, I don't know how she's gonna work, but surprisingly, she actually worked pretty well in the movie.
I think she's the only one I hadn't seen before out of all of them.
Me either. I couldn't pinpoint anything that I've seen her in.
Yeah.
She could probably play a perfect like gender bent Peter Pan or even Tinkerbell. Like maybe it was just the hair, but she looked like perfect for that kind of role.
Yeah. I think I only. Oh wait, she was in Hot Summer Nights. I did saw that one, but I don't remember her in it. She was cool. I thought she was like she brought like a bit of like energy to the group.
Also, her
Yeah.
It's all
conundrum.
different. What?
I thought they all offered some different dynamic to the group.
Yeah.
Well, I want to talk about her conundrum. I think was also again, if it's a good story, I'll go with you. And this had a lot of great like points from the story. And her part, I can't grow up.
Yeah,
You
she
know,
was
Yeah.
who was she hot for? Icarus,
Icarus,
right?
actually.
Icarus, yeah.
Yeah. And bear in mind, she's several thousand years old, but she's trapped in that fucking body. And it wasn't done in a weird way. Like, I don't know if you guys have seen Invincible. It's a little weird in that one. But
The
in
show?
this one, it's
The one
less.
on
Yeah.
Prime?
Yeah.
I haven't seen. I've only seen like a couple episodes. I haven't finished it.
Yeah, me too.
There's a one character called Monster Girl, where the issue is though is that for all the time that she's in monster form, she regresses in age. In theory, she could live forever, but she even said the problem with that is that I look 13 and I'm really 27. Like I can't have a normal dating life. Like because all the guys that I'm into aren't into me, and then the guys that are into me should be on a sex offender registry.
Jesus.
And there's some jokes in there because this weird like 40-year-old guy turns into a kid to like so he can deal with her. It's weird, but this movie doesn't have the weird take on it. God, you feel bad for her. Actually, I do, at least as far as her problems concerned, because she wants to know love. She wants to grow up. She wants to be a person. And
I guess you could say she wants to know what love is. She wants you to show her.
I can't.
No?
I can't. I mean, that was impressive singing, if nothing else.
Do you not know the song?
That was the song from Alvin and the Chipmunks, the Squeakquel.
I'm out. I'm done. I'm done with this.
He quits. Damn it, Chema.
I'm gonna light everyone's house on fire.
You know how expensive his contract is? All right. You know what a bitch it was to get him to resign?
Jesus Christ. What is this? The fucking WWE? What are you talking about?
Why do you think he's been gone for so long and hasn't done any Wednesday rewinds?
Well, I don't know. Why?
That's because Eddie touched me in my no-no square.
Oh my God.
Our lawyers went over that, and that never happened for our lawyers.
Jesus Christ.
You said I was asking for it.
There's a moment in the Eternals that I want to talk about. All right. So there is a scene, and I told you about this setting. We're sitting at a Whataburger, and I told you about this. So there's one specific scene that like puzzles the fuck out of me. And we see these longing flashbacks, where we see the Eternals kind of going through all these different like times in history where like there's been a catastrophe, and where they have sometimes not been able to assist or intervene, and how it's tragic and how it's hurt them, and that kind of forms the whole fact that now they're going to intervene. Now they're not going to allow Earth to keep suffering. And the breaking point of like the Eternals breaking up, like the Nexus event, is the fall of Tenochtitlan. And that is like an important moment in Mexican history. Like it is catastrophically important because it is the moment where like the Spaniards invaded us. And yet, for some reason, Salma Hayek, who is Mexican from Veracruz, that's as Mexican as you get. She's the one who's like, nah, I can't do it. Like, what the fuck? Like that. I told you already, like this is the equivalent of like if we saw a scene of like Captain America like in the past, like sitting in the theater where they were gonna shoot Lincoln, and him just going like,
nah, suck, Lincoln.
Like he just covering his ears, like, oh God, it's coming. Like that's how that felt. Like it was fucking ridiculous. Like the fact that they had her being like, nah, I can't do anything about it. Like, how fucking dare you, traitor to our beloved Tenochtitlan? How dare you let it fall? Like when you had an opportunity, my powerful Tenochtitlan, how fucking dare you? They just gave you a star in the Hollywood Walk of Fame. How dare you?
But do you think they knew? Do you think the director on some level knew what the fuck she was doing? It was like, nah, this would be kind of funny. Or do you think it was more like?
Are you saying? Do you think the director knew that Salma Hayek was Mexican?
I think she knew. Yeah. Do I think she knew about the fall of Tenochtitlan? I'm pretty sure she does. Chloe Zhao is a very well-read woman. Like she knows. She's gotta know like shit. Like I think to be a director, I think you must have like a general knowledge of like some shit. And
no, but do you think people would react and be like, "What the fuck? Like, why this one?"
I saw a lot of Mexicans who were like, "How dare you? How dare you let Tenochtitlan fall like right under your noses? Like, how dare you?" And like, as a meme, it's funny, but like, while the movie was
counterpoint,
being
Chema.
made, I am baffled. Yes,
Counterpoint.
yeah,
You and I and Eddie wouldn't be here because we're all light-skinned Mexican Americans.
that is correct. We are white passing. That is correct.
My dad, he would be here. He's brown.
Your mom?
But my mom, she wouldn't be here. She's white.
That's true.
White-skinned Mexican.
That's true. My mother as well. Interesting. So, Chema, what you're saying is you wouldn't want any of us to live. That's what I'm hearing.
So it's like the Thanos snap. Like if it's like it's a Nexus event. It's just a very interesting like decision. Like how do you as a filmmaker make? I mean, if you had a script and you had that, and then you cast Salma, and you were like, this is awkward, but like I'm gonna need you to pretend to be okay with one of the greatest tragedies that ever happened to like your people, and like Salma's just like, I'm just happy to be in a Marvel movie. That's fine. Like I'll take it.
Do you think the Eternals were they would be with a certain civilization until it built up to a certain level, and then they would go and switch over to another civilization that was back down to the previous level that they had just left until that one also evolved?
I mean, wouldn't they have to have been there for Rome then?
I mean, I think so.
Are you saying that the Eternals let Jesus die on that cross? Like, is that what's happening?
They probably did.
Shit, they probably, yeah. That's probably true, actually.
Jesus. Literally.
Because they weren't just in South America, they were all over the place.
Yeah.
And I think the fall in Mexico, I think that was probably like the last indigenous like civilization that fell that was like still like building pyramids.
Yeah.
And then after that, it was pretty much just Native Americans that were living in more huts than anything, not really as advanced with a pyramid. So, I mean, I think it seems as though that the Eternals were like staying at to a certain point, and then once a civilization got to a point of evolving, they went to another one and kind of watched them for a bit until the same thing happened to them.
Yeah. It's possible. I feel like they didn't go ahead and explain that.
Yeah,
I see it.
It's all speculation.
Yeah, but like not in a way that makes me want to gauge my eyes out like with Spider-Man. So I'm into it. Other than that, we've talked about most of the characters. We haven't talked about probably one of the most talked about things before the movie came out was Kumail Nanjiani playing Kingo. And I mean, he's always been funny. I really like the Silicon Valley, and I really like his movie, The Big Sick. But when that picture came out of like him, like rocking the hard abs, and we were all like, Jesus Christ, what the fuck? What is in the water that they serve at Marvel? And not gonna lie, he and like his little camera guy, standouts of the movie. They were fucking hilarious. Every time that he would get knocked down and he would be like, "Did you get that? I got that, sir." Like that was great. Really like that.
You're right, comedy gold, but I just didn't like the fact that he refused to pick a side. I get it. There are people like that, but no.
Yeah, kind of a cop out at the end. Like he's just like, yeah, I'm not gonna fight here. Bye. See you in the sequel.
Okay, here's a confession. Fell asleep at that part, so at the end I was wondering where he went.
Jesus.
Wow.
Yeah, I mean, like, what's the stupid? The other
not much of a
saying?
multitasker, are you?
Hey man, it was late. I went to the late showing. I just got out of work from teaching, so give me a break.
What's it called? No, see, like, fuck, what was I gonna say about him? What's that? Not the with great power comes great responsibility. What's the other one? Those with the power to act have the responsibility to act, or something like that. I don't fucking know. Look, man, you can shoot laser beams out of your goddamn fingers like a goddamn finger pistol person.
Yeah.
Plan's about to be destroyed. One of your friends is on it. You have to act. Like, you
Yeah.
need to do something about it. I won't fight
Felt like-
Icarus. That's fine. Fight everyone but him.
I feel like he should have felt like a little bit of shame when he shows up at the end and he's picking like Sprite in her car and everything, and he's just like, "Oh, here, like get in the car, we're gonna pick you up." It's like feel a little bit of shame,
Yeah.
like have like at least a scene where like he shows up and I don't know, bring like a big apologize, bring a big good, like bring some money, something. You're famous, you can do it. Like it's not hard.
I did appreciate the fact, though, that he helped push movies forward. I did appreciate that part.
Yeah, he was cool. I want to see him more because I really like Kumail. I think he's a very funny guy. So I think he added to the role really well. I want to ask you all something. Angelina Jolie is in this movie, and she's like, it's so weird to see her in a movie and not see her like right at the front.
Mm-hmm.
Like, how are you this big of an actress, such a big name, and you accept such like a side character? Because like
Oscar-winning actress.
She's an Oscar-winning actress. She is, and she caused a lot of things when she did those Tomb Raider movies. That is correct, and it's really interesting that like she's such a big name, and yet she's like, oh, I'm happy to just like have like a side character because like that's weird. That felt really weird.
Honestly, I think it's the same thing that every celebrity that usually does a superhero movie, they just want to look cool for their kids.
I was gonna say the same fucking thing. Actually, it was probably a role that she took for her kids. Like, I love Black Widow. I love Captain Marvel. Nah, bitch.
She's like,
you're gonna love
yeah,
that.
I'm gonna show her this new character that we haven't seen yet.
Yeah, I gotta. That was my thought. Also, I gotta imagine it was maybe a little bit more chill to be in the background. Like, okay, I don't have to carry this whole fucking movie like the last two Maleficent movies. She didn't have to like bear the weight of responsibility. She was more like, all right, I'm gonna show up, do my thing, and peace.
Like cash out and take off.
I was curious on how she was gonna mesh in this movie because she is such a big actress. So I was like, I wonder how she's gonna do. And I thought she did really good for what the role she had. I liked her role of just like, oh, her brain's deteriorating and she's going crazy.
I like that, actually. I really did like that aspect of her character, where the fact that she was dealing with almost a form of dementia or a form of like Alzheimer's, like in that way. And it was difficult and she was lashing out. And Gilgamesh was like, no, I'm gonna be here with you. Someone posted that people can shit talk the Eternals all they want, but they had a better relationship than any of the Avengers ever did. Which,
I mean, they were made together, so
people forget that the Avengers were not friends. Like they're co-workers, they're teammates, but they're not friends.
He's a friend from work.
Yeah, that feels like way more appropriate because like how much time really did they had together? Like, yeah,
a couple years at most, whereas the Eternals were together for like what, 7,000 years.
Yeah, they know each other, which is why it's cool to see their dynamic. They really feel like a family, dysfunctional one, but a family in the end.
But accurate though. We all have the loudmouth. We all have the stubborn one, the one that thinks they're always right, the one with the fucked up problem. Every family has like those, like, has at least a few of those preset precursors. So it's like, it makes sense. The one with the stick up their ass.
Which one was the one that could control people with his mind?
Druid.
Like he could, Druid.
Yeah.
He's probably one of the ones I'm indifferent about. Like, I didn't hate him, but I also didn't like him a ton. Like, there were really some instances where he would get like really preachy.
He's the one that wanted to defend Tenochtitlan, so he's good in my book. I'm not gonna let that go. By the way, like that's gonna be there. Also, there's also the actor who plays Druid. He's gonna be in the Batman, and apparently he's playing like this like police like chief of police character. But there's like a rumor going around that he's actually gonna be the Joker. So, yeah.
I mean, that's fine. He'll be the third Joker actor in the last 10 years.
Possibly.
I don't know if I want that, but fine.
That's fucking insane. I wanted to mention like a quick thing. The actress who plays Lauren Ridloff, she plays Makari, the
Mhm.
one, you know how old she is?
How old?
16.
She's 43.
What?
Really? Damn.
Yes.
Wow. Okay, I did
Yeah.
not see that one coming at all.
Yeah. So good for her. Yeah. I like this cast. Really, really good cast in the end. I think I wanted to mention one more thing. There's one like scenic moment in the movie that I'm never gonna forget, and I just wanted to like mention it. There's a scene at the end where like what they're doing, like the final fight, and this giant titan is coming out of Earth, and we see this. When we see that it's coming out, like we see like little by little and stuff, and then we see the hand. Like we see that giant hand, and you can really see the size and the weight of that thing. And one thing that I really like about, if you've seen any Chloe Zhao movies before, you can tell that she really likes shooting people like at the front and then have a very pretty background in the back, usually either about to be night or about to be morning. And she really makes it look like really ethereal. You can really see that in Nomadland, and you can really see it in this. So the fact that she's giving like this large budget and made that giant hand look so incredibly big, it felt like something out of one of my favorite video games is Shadow of the Colossus, and it really felt like something straight out of that, like a thing that really moves the camera in a way that makes you feel the size and the weight of that thing. And Jesus, I was in awe when I saw that scene. I can't wait to see it again, just to see that scene specifically. I think that's the scene that I'm going to take to my death grave. Yeah.
Those celestial scenes were really good. I mean, very good at like showing that there is a definite scale in this movie. Especially when you see the guy that they betrayed at the very end pop up and take him back for like reprogramming. There's a definite like scale, and it does kind of bring into question like where were these guys when like Thanos was fucking with your planet that you need to make another celestial.
Yeah. You know, I just I remember watching them fighting and whatnot. I remember just thinking, could the Avengers take out the Eternals if they had to? Like the original team?
Yeah,
like
I think they could.
You think so?
I think they would fuck them up.
I think you're very. I don't know, man. Look at their battle experience. Fucking look at Thena. Thena alone, I think, could take out Loki or at least match him.
Endgame final battle Endgame final battle Avengers. Yeah, they fuck up the Eternals in a heartbeat.
Okay, wait, I'm not talking like the whole army. I'm talking.
Oh, then
like
why are you bringing up Loki? Loki wasn't in the Avengers.
What do you mean?
What are we? Loki. You just said that she could fuck up Loki. Why'd you?
No, I said
Loki?
Thor. Or did I say Loki by accident?
Yeah,
you said Loki, but
my bad. I mean, I was thinking of Thor. No, I think she could fuck up Thor. Like Thena by herself, I think could fuck up Thor.
Okay,
I'm talking 11 on 11.
I'm talking Endgame Avengers, not all the fucking people that pop out in Endgame. The core Avengers against the core Eternals, but I'm saying the core Avengers from Endgame against the Eternals. I think the core Avengers fuck them up.
I don't know, man. Sorry, go ahead.
I want to see them all be friends.
I think
I'm fucking tired of seeing them fight. Like, where is my slice of life superhero movie? Where is it?
I think Druid could probably take out Black Widow and Hawkeye by himself. Like, just like.
Well, we'll never know, won't we?
That's true. Well, then he only has to take out one.
Well, I mean, if you think about it, the superhero realm is kind of in disarray on Earth because Cap is gone. Steve Rogers is gone. Iron Man's gone.
There's a power vacuum right now. Or I guess
Captain Marvel's not on Earth. There's like it's in a very disarray moment. I mean, I think the person that's kind of like leading the charge of the superheroes on Earth is maybe Doctor Strange.
So there's Doc Strange, there's Spider-Man. I guess we can add Shang-Chi now.
Yeah.
I think also Captain. I mean, I got to imagine Captain.
We have a new
Wilson.
captain.
I
We
got to
have a new
imagine
captain.
Wilson's gonna maybe take charge. He seemed like he was good at leading a team in Captain Falcon and the Winter Soldier. So hopefully, maybe in the future, he can lead the Avengers himself as well. Like
Yeah.
I can see them all turning to him and being like, "What do we do?" And
Yeah.
like that'll be his character moment of him with the shield being like, "All right, here's the plan." And you know he's gonna have his moment the same way Cap has had his moment, and Tony turned to him in the first Avengers. There has to come a moment where they look to him and he says, "All right, here's what we're gonna do."
I
Like,
don't doubt it. But also we're getting like an array of a whole new cast of characters. Like we technically have a new Black Widow. We're in the process of getting a new Hawkeye. Not that the old Hawkeye is retired, but he's probably on that way. We
a
have
new
the Shang-Chi.
She-Hulk.
We're gonna get a She-Hulk.
We're gonna get a new Thor. Jesus Christ,
Moon Knight.
casting.
We're gonna get Moon Knight. Well, Moon Knight is gonna be like a Daredevil level street. Like he's gonna be more vigilant. And well, I don't doubt that he'll join in on the punches, but we're gonna. I think we're having Ironheart. I think they're making an Ironheart TV show, and Miss Marvel's gonna come. And don't make that face at me. Wait until it comes out.
It better be a better story than the fucking comics because the Ironheart comics suck.
We'll see. We'll see. We'll fucking see. And I don't know. I'm excited. Do I need them to team up and make a new Avengers already? No. I'm okay with seeing the MCU kind of restart, and I'm okay.
I
with
want to
like
see
the pace
where
that
this
it's taking.
multiverse thing goes.
Yeah, I think that's gonna be like the main focus instead of like making new Avengers.
I want to know when they're gonna like cap it. Do you think it's gonna be like one continuous event going on until like one film, not an Avengers movie, but one film like straightens it all up?
Possibly, but I think
Would
we're far from there.
But would that be Multiverse of Madness, or do you think it'd be a different one? Because Multiverse of Madness, I think it's the only obvious choice to straighten up the timeline, or maybe Fantastic Four and Reed Richards does something stupid.
I think don't forget, Iron Man 1 came out in 2007. Avengers 1 didn't come out to 2012.
Yeah. I think Multiverse of Madness might close like the first like phase. And then we're gonna see like what this causes, because you two haven't seen Loki, right?
I have. Yes. I finished it.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, we have to know like what the fuck is gonna happen with that too.
Kang the Conqueror.
I doubt that that's gonna connect specifically to Doctor Strange.
Kang is supposed to be the villain in the new Ant-Man.
Yeah. Yeah, but we'll see. Well, do we know who the villain is gonna be in Doctor Strange or not?
No, they haven't really said anything.
Possibly Wanda. Yeah. There's one theory that it's going to be Wanda.
I thought they would team up.
Will they? Who knows? Because she's messing with the multiverse, looking for her kids.
Her kids that are not real. Yes.
I mean, we got. They're
real somewhere.
Iron Man for less.
Jeez.
So, wait. So way the fuck off topic here for a sec. Let's go back. Any final thoughts on the Eternals? What do you guys think, or closing arguments?
I think it's great. I think it's big. I think it's biblical. I think it almost makes you feel like the weight of the movie. I like the performances. I like the atmosphere. I like the music. I like how quiet it got in some scenes. I love Chloe Zhao. I think whatever she does, it's gonna be great. So this is a hit for me. I think I don't know if I like this one more than Shang-Chi, but I like both of them, and I think those are like head to head as like my favorite Marvel movies of the year. I give it a good 9 out of 10. I think it's fucking great.
Ferny?
I give it a B+. For a movie that when I saw the trailers, I just really didn't give a shit about any of these characters. When watching it, I was like, "Oh, I actually like this movie. I actually thought it was pretty good." So I will say that it completely blew my expectations. I mean, it's no Wonder Woman 84, thank God. But no, I thought this movie was really well done, and I think it has a bright future ahead of it.
Dad?
Surprisingly liked it. Like I said, I thought the trailers made me not give a fuck about this movie, but I was pleasantly surprised. I say B plus is actually about right. Um, I'm just curious what the hell they're gonna do for a sequel. Obviously, nothing's been announced yet, but I got to imagine,
Yeah.
if these characters are popular in any shape or form, especially if they're gonna do some Eternals, maybe as bad guys in the future or something. Hell, maybe Galactus. You never know. I'm down.
If they bring Chloe, I'm in. Really, because like
I
to me,
mean, I
that's
don't really see this franchise moving forward without her directing.
yeah.
I don't think it
Because
would.
this movie has her stamp on it, just her directing style, like how John Watts has his directing style on the new Spider-Man movies.
Yeah.
How the Russo brothers have their style on Endgame and Civil War and Winter Soldier and Infinity War. Yeah, I don't see this franchise moving forward without her.
I can see some Eternal characters popping up somewhere else,
That's
like
true.
as cameos or like as either like some quick scene, like we see one of them. But a proper sequel, I think you need Chloe, and I think you need like most of the cast back. Now, what they're gonna do with like Kit Harington and Blade, that's gonna be in the hands of another director. But it was kind of cool that they were introduced here. So yeah,
I don't know why,
Um,
but when I heard Blade's voice, for some reason it just gave me Morpheus vibes.
Hmm.
Like, because Morpheus has always been the type of character to just be like sitting in the back, and then next thing you know, he talks.
yeah.
And I'm just like, well, let's see where they go with this Blade.
Hopefully they keep that in the Morpheus movie because it looks kind of goofy right
You know
now.
what they should have fucking done is they should have had Blade's samurai sword pop out like and close the box.
Oh, that would have been cool. Or like the gun or something. Like
I
yeah.
would have that would have made the entire movie for me.
Or hearing like the rev of the motorcycle, something like just that would have been cool.
What if they? Well, no, it's too early for them to give us a peek at him because he's not even in costume yet.
No, yeah, I don't think we're gonna see a peak of him at least for a couple of years, maybe a year.
Yeah, I think it's gonna take a while. Spider-Man tickets go on sale, I think, tomorrow. So everyone be careful
29th.
with that. Oh, the 29th. Okay, so next week. What do you think of doing the new Resident Evil movie?
Down. I was
Next
actually going to ask about that.
I haven't
Yeah.
seen it yet. Maybe I'll see it on a Tuesday.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna see it either tomorrow or this weekend. But yeah, if y'all down, we can do it next week.
Down.
It's already starting
No.
a negative with me because they changed Leon Kennedy.
I mean, yeah, I just finished both games, like the first and the second one. So I'm ready. I'm like ready to like point out everything about that movie. So we'll see.
And I've never played Resident Evil, so you'll get my opinion.
Well, we're gonna have all perspectives present here at the rollback. If you're listening to us on YouTube, you can follow us on any of our links down below. We're available on all listening platforms, including iTunes Podcast and Spotify.
Ferny?
Go ahead.
Oh, I'm not good with this part. I always do it off the cuff. So Dito, you go next.
Folks, that's my family name is Dito. Yeah, what Chema said, like and subscribe, we'd greatly appreciate. We're trying to always grow the channel. Follow us everywhere. Also on YouTube, I got plenty of video reviews there. I always do them. You always get little mini doses of Eddie.
Yay.
I swear to God, Fernie, I already hear something coming out. Go ahead.
No, it's just a mini dose of me gagging.
Here's a part where Fernie says cut it, and then we go.
Oh, I was gonna say this was your Rollback podcast. We are the Rollback. Please check us out. This was your Saturday review for the Eternals. Let's cut it.